Welcome to our session today on Twitter Basics for Alliance Leaders. I'm Debbie Ricks, AMA Alliance's Social Media Manager, and I'm here to help you get started using Twitter. If you're new to Twitter, you might be hesitant to get started because Twitter uses new terminology, quirky symbols, and strange and shortened links. Today we're going to get you started tweeting by helping you understand the basics. Twitter is a social channel where you just have to do it to understand it. Twitter has been described as an always-on information network. It is a microblogging channel that is more or less a combination of instant messaging and blogging. Twitter is designed to help you find out what's happening in real time. On Twitter, you can become as engaged as you see fit and communicate however much or little you feel comfortable with. Twitter is a highly open public network designed to share information where everyone can see your posts. Posts are public and searchable. The purpose of Twitter is to share information with the public, unlike channels such as Facebook, where you can hide your posts and photos from other people and restrict viewing to only a few users. You can protect your tweets, but that defeats the focus of this very public channel. Twitter is a channel designed for sharing thoughts, news, and other information quickly. It's about sharing things that your followers might find useful, interesting, or entertaining, like posts with a link, quotes, stats, facts, tips, photos, or videos. There's no liking or commenting on the posts, so you don't create the clusters of conversation that you see on other social networking sites. Once you set up your profile page on Twitter, you can send out your updates. Each message you send out to your followers through Twitter is called a tweet. A tweet is an expression of a moment or idea in 140 characters or less, including spaces. It is a good idea, though, to leave off at least 20 characters for people to comment if they end up sharing your tweet. Tweet also works as a verb. You tweet a message. Twitter is one big network for delivering tweets to people. On Twitter, you choose to follow other users. You follow them to see their updates. You can choose to follow as many other users as you like. You might want to get news updates from your favorite news station, health updates from places like the AMA, personal tweets from your coworkers and friends, or you might like to hear from random people you choose to follow who share your passion for a particular topic. Posts from those you follow are posted directly to your Twitter site. You only see posts by the people you choose to follow. Their tweets instantly show up on your timeline and vice versa. Your tweets show up on your followers' timelines. Social connections on Twitter are not symmetrical. That is, even if you follow someone, he or she may choose not to follow you back. Though you can respond to someone else's tweet, it doesn't mean that they will see it or even respond to it, since all posts are in real time. When someone subscribes to your posts, they are following you, and they become one of your followers. When you sign up for Twitter, you create a username. The maximum length of your username is 15 characters. Be creative with your name and keep it short. Remember that there are only 140 characters in a tweet altogether, and your username counts. A username is how you are identified on Twitter and is always preceded immediately by the @ symbol. For example, the AMA Alliance's username is @AMA Alliance. Your username is also called your handle on Twitter. A hashtag is any word or phrase immediately preceded by the pound symbol. Hashtags make it easy by turning words into clickable links that link to all other tweets that share the same hashtag, keyword, or topic. There are so many tweets being posted at any given time that wading through them is difficult. Hashtags help solve that problem by making it easy to find what you're interested in. At the AMA Alliance, our common hashtags are hashtag AMA Alliance for our general purposes, and for our meetings we use hashtag AMA MTG. If you would like to refer to another person in your tweet, you can mention them. If you place their @username inside the tweet, everyone will see that they are being mentioned. A mention is very different from a reply that only goes to the person you are replying to. You can reply to any tweet by clicking the button on the bottom left. Only the person who sent the tweet sees the reply. Likewise, if you create a tweet that you would like to only go to one person, place their username at the beginning of the tweet, and it will go just to them. When you see a tweet that you think your followers would be interested in, you can click the retweet button to make that tweet appear on your followers' home pages. They'll know you were the one who shared it. The retweet button is on the bottom of the tweet. RT, or R/T, stands for retweet. Making a tweet a favorite is a way to bookmark it so that you can reference it again at another time. It's useful when you see links that you would like to read later. Your favorites are public. Others can tell something about you by the tweets you have favored. Favoriting a tweet is similar to liking a post on Facebook. Now that you understand some of the basics behind Twitter, let's get started signing up for an account. First, go to twitter.com. This welcome page will show up. If you're new to Twitter, you can sign up here to create your account. This is where you add your basic information, your first and last name, the email address you would like associated with this account, and your username. You can be creative with your username if you like, or just use your own name for easy recognition. This is an account I set up for training purposes under the name of AMAA Sample. Let's create it by clicking Create My Account. There are 5 steps to setting up your Twitter account. Click Let's Go to get started. Twitter will ask you what you're interested in. There are checkboxes on the left. Twitter will recommend sites for you in the areas you check. We have selected health. If you don't want any recommendations, don't check a box and just click Continue. Since we clicked Health, here are some of the suggestions we were given. I left the X by the AMA and unclicked the other X's. To follow this site, we click the box Follow One and Continue. We are now following the American Medical Association, whose username is @AMER Medical ASSN. We can now select additional sites to follow that are of interest. The Florida Medical Association Alliance has an active presence on Twitter. Let's put them in the search, which is located on the top right. Their site shows up, and we can follow them by clicking on Follow. We're now following the FMA Alliance. Their username is @FMA_Alliance. Let's select one additional site to follow. AMA Alliance's own externally focused Physician Family not only has a website and a Facebook page, but we are active on Twitter. Let's follow Physician Family. Again, we click on Follow. We are now following Physician Family. Their username is @PHYSIC Family Media. On the Physician Family site, there are other suggestions that pop up as potential sites to follow. On the Physician Family site, the AMA Alliance is a suggested site. We're choosing to follow the AMA Alliance by clicking Follow. We are now following the AMA Alliance. You will notice the username is @AMA Alliance. You can locate people you already know who are on Twitter by importing their information from your email contacts. If you prefer not to use your email contacts, you can skip this step by clicking Skip this step at the bottom right. This is the picture you will see while Twitter is locating your email contacts. Only people with Twitter accounts whose emails coincide with the email you have for them will be loaded. If you choose to manually add people to follow, you can look for them in the search at the top right of the page. Based on whom you are following, Twitter will give you recommendations on who else you might be interested in following. In this case, some recommendations included the San Francisco Medical Society, our own AMA Alliance President-elect Julie Newman, and the South Carolina Medical Association. When you click on Refresh or View All at the top left, other recommendations will show up. Here is the next set of recommendations that appeared. The South Carolina Medical Association shows up again, along with me, Debbie Ricks, AMA Alliance Social Media Manager, and Donna Whitty, AMA Alliance Membership Director. By clicking Refresh again or View All, you will find other potential people to follow. Now that you have set up some of the basics for your account, it's time to confirm it by clicking Confirm Your Account. The next window that will pop up will ask you to choose your first tweet. 2 sample tweets are given to you, and you can choose to use one of them or create your own. If you will notice, there's a place for a profile picture where the little camera is right now. We want for our first tweet to look as good as possible before we announce ourselves to the Twitter sphere. So let's skip ahead to edit our profile before constructing and sending our first tweet. Now it's time to add a profile photo, to create a bio, to create a header if you like, and to choose the color you would like displayed with your information. For our training purposes today, we will be uploading a profile photo and changing the theme color. Profile pictures are in the shape of a square. You may need to adjust your photo to be the correct size, which is 400 by 400 pixels. Once you select your photo, click on Add or Change a Profile Picture. And once it's positioned appropriately, click Apply. To change the theme color, click on Theme Color and make your selection. We've selected the purple theme. Click on Save Changes and you're ready to go. Here's what our profile page looks like now. We are now ready to go back to our first tweet. We chose to make our own tweet and typed in, "Here is my first tweet. Hello, Twitter." You will notice that we added the hashtag #myfirsttweet. By clicking on this hashtag, we will be able to see all of the tweets that include it. Check it out on your site later. Here is what our first tweet looks like on our site. As mentioned before, Twitter will continue to recommend other sites for you to follow. As you can see on our site, we now have one tweet and we are following 4 people, in this case their organizations. These 4 sites received our tweet. One of the tweets on the AMA site is something that we would like to send to people we are or will be following. We click on the retweet button to share on our site. If you are sure you'd like to retweet this, click Retweet. This is how the retweet appears on our site. Once you're set up on Twitter, start building your network. Look for friends and colleagues who are already using Twitter by clicking Find People at the top of the page. When you find someone you want to add to your network, click on their name to see their site and then click Follow. Here are some people and places that you might recognize. The Twitterverse may look complicated at first, but knowing the basics will have you posting away and making friends online in no time. So, get started! Try to tweet at least once per day. Share photos, videos, facts, tips, ask a question, or share an interesting article you found. When you're getting started, the best part about it is Nobody's following you yet, so it's the perfect time for trial and error, and you can progress at your own pace. Here are a few sample tweets to look at to help you get started. Don't be shy. See how others are tweeting and do what they do. And remember, Twitter is a social channel where you just have to do it to understand it. Thank you so much for letting me share some Twitter basics with you today. We'll see you on Twitter. Happy tweeting!